Some new patch notes have dropped for this Friday's update when it comes to Marvel Rivals and some hero balance adjustments. If you do enjoy this type of content and appreciate us getting this out to you as quick as possible, then subscribe to the channel, as we'll be covering all the patch notes for Marvel Rivals. Now, we've got Vanguard Changes here, which we'll go over first. Captain America is getting a base health reduction from 650 to 600, which is basically a 50 HP difference. If you do remember, in the most recent update, his shields also got nerfed as well by 50 HP. So overall, that's a 100 HP hit to Captain America right now. I still don't think this is going to change the hero too much, but I think it will still help him be less survivable in enemy backlines. Then we do have Doctor Strange, and they have reduced the cost of the Eye of Agamotto Ultimate from 3,400 to 3,100, so it means that you'll get it more often. I don't think that this is the main issue with Doctor Strange at the moment. I think they kind of need to buff his damage back up just a little bit, even if it's just for his primary attack. I think that'll be useful. Then we do have the Groot changes here, which for his Ironwood wall, so that's the shield wall, not the damage walls, this is going to have 600 HP instead of 700 HP, so they'll get destroyed a lot more often. I think this is a relatively decent change for Groot, and we won't make him as broken as he is right now. And I think this is a good change for Groot. I'm glad they never touched his damage walls because they already break far too quickly anyway. Duelist changes now. We've got a couple here, and then we'll get on into the big changes. So Spider-Man, first of all, when it comes to his amazing combo, so that's his uppercut, they've reduced the radius from 5 meters to 4 meters. So they've made it smaller so you don't land the uppercut nearly as often. And I don't think this is a massive change. You just need to be a bit closer to your enemy, and that's pretty much it. So good Spider-Man players will probably notice this, but most people probably won't notice this, let's be honest. When it comes to Winter Soldier, they've adjusted the tainted voltage, which is basically the ability when he fires out a blast to have 2 charge levels. Now, I'm not too sure if this means he has 2 blasts. I'm not sure what that means. The cooldown's the same, so we'll see if that means he's got 2 blasts, because if that is the case, then this could be pretty broken, especially if he's gaining overshields on both of these. So that's something we need to keep an eye on. It's not quite clear what 2 charge levels means. Maybe one does a bit more damage than the other. We don't really know yet until we'll see it in game on Friday. Moving on into the strategist now. Now here's where we've got the big changes, and the first one is the best one yet, and that is Adam Warlock. So they've added a new effect that the quantum magic, so his primary attack, if you land a critical hit, it reduces the cooldown of Avatar's lifestream by 1 second. And that's his primary healing, where he snaps his fingers and he heals his teammates. And basically what this means is you're going to get rewarded for landing critical hits with Adam Warlock, and you're going to be able to heal your teammates more often now. So he's going to be closer to that kind of main healer now, hopefully after this update. And like I said, every second or every critical hit you land, you reduce that cooldown by 1 second, and that's pretty insane in my opinion. This is a good change, by the way. I'm really excited for this one. I like playing Adam Warlock. Then we've got Cloak and Dagger, and basically they've buffed the damage of both primary attacks. So Cloak's primary has been increased by 5 damage a second, which is the lock-on damage attack, and then Dagger has also had a damage buff in general from her primary attack from 15 to 18, which is also a good change as well. So just overall damage buff, the Cloak and Dagger's 2 primary attacks. Then we've got Luna Snow, and they adjusted the damage fall off from the Dark and Light Ice from 60% at 40 meters to 75%. So essentially, you're dealing more damage at range, so it doesn't fall off nearly as hard. I think this is a good change because she's pretty strong anyway. So regardless, I think this is a good change for Luna Snow. Nothing crazy there. Then we have Mantis, and they've basically increased her overall damage for her primary attack from 50 to 55. They haven't mentioned anything to do with critical hits in this whatsoever, so I'm not too sure if that's also going to get adjusted with this technically by default. But overall, the base damage for it has been increased. Just a general slight buff to her damage output, which could be very useful in game. Then we've got a slight change to the team up with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Upon leaping to a teammate, so this is not diving into Captain America, but diving into one of the other teammates when you're using this team up, you'll get 50 bonus health to allies within the range. So you're going to be giving HP to your teammates as well, making it a bit more usable. I still don't think people are going to use this all that much, but that is the changes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.